All right, YouTube peeps, we're on Q29, looking at Tuesday's homework. 589 to the 584 to the nearest 10. Write down 584. You're putting a box around the number you're rounding it to. Underline the place to the right. If it's 4 or lower, you round down to the nearest 10. If it's 5 or higher, you round up to the nearest 10. It is a 4. You're looking at the underlying digit, so it's going to round down to the nearest 10. 580. $584 to the nearest honey. You put a box around the number that you're rounding to, underline the digit to the right. If it's 4 or lower, you round down to the nearest 10. 5 or higher, you round up to the nearest 10. It's an 8, so we round up to the nearest 10, to 6 honey. $8,453. 8,453. Look at the break apart strategy. 7,896. 7,896. We're adding. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 5 is 14. 8 plus 4 is 12. 7 plus 8 is 15. Now you got to be able to do some of this in your head. Bam, 149. You could do now this, 1349. You got to be able to do some of that in your head or else it's going to take too long. 149 plus 200 is 349. 1,349. Now you could put this here if you need to. 9 plus 0. Whew, it's a long one. It's a lot of work. Break apart strategy. $16,349. I see 48 and 12. Those of you that know your multiplication facts, the answer 4 should already be jumping off the table, right? Should already be looking at you. 48 ounces. If each jar holds 12, so this is a division problem. It's in equal groups. How many jars? 4. 4 times 8, 4 times 12 is 48. 4 times 12 equals 48. It's a fact family. 8 times 2, 16. 6 times 3 is 18. 8 times 4, 11 times 5. You need to think of those division problems as multiplication facts. Ella is drawing a house. The square is 5 inches. What is the area? Does anybody remember the formula to find the area? What's the formula to find the area of something? Oh, not good. Crickets. Length times width. Length times width. You're just going to multiply the two sides. The problem is you don't know what this other side is. So what you do need to know is that a square, all the sides are the same on a square. All the sides are the same on a square. So you know all the sides are the same because it's a square. Once you know 2 of the sides, 5 times 5 is 25. Final answer. Length times width. Or base times height. Base times the height. You want to multiply 2 of the sides, the base and the height, or the length and the width. So there's a couple things for this one. You need to know that a square, all the sides are the same. And then you need to know the formula for finding the area. You have to multiply 2 of the sides. All right, looking at this irregular shape, let's cut it here. Use your hand so you can see the 2 squares. That's a 4 by 2. So that's an 8. A 4 by 2 is an 8. Covering up the other side. 10 by 4 is 40. 10 by 4 is 40. Oops, final answer, 48. Final answer, 48. Okay, we're going to make a bar graph here. 0 is always at the very corner. 0 is at the corner. Now we need to come up with numbers. We got 6, 8, 12, 9. We can count by 2s. Let's do that. Now we got to make sure we cover all the way up here to the number 12. So I'm going to make them a little smaller. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. If you go to 14, that's fine. The key thing with this, you want to make sure the intervals are the same. Do you notice I'm skipping by 2s every time? The intervals, you can't skip by 2s and then start skipping by 3s. All right, then we have math, reading, science, and then social studies. Math is 9, so you're going to put it right between 8 and 10. Reading is 12, so it's going to go all the way to 12. Science is 8 up to 8. Social studies is 6, go up to 6. Bar graph. Notice I'm just coloring it in a little bit. You don't have to color it in so it's completely black. Once again, these are called intervals. Our intervals are 2. All right, hopefully that helps you with your math homework. Q29 Tuesday.